All right, thanks so much, Gary. Jonathan Lemire, what can you tell us on the White House beat, and as somebody who's followed Donald Trump for years, wrote the book on the big lie? Here we are. Looks like we're about to go into another chaotic moment where Donald Trump is trying to agitate the Republican base to, quote, take back America, or whatever he's saying about protesting.
Yeah, when we've never been here before. This will be another precedent, another norm shattered by Donald Trump, who appears to be the first former president on the precipice of an indictment. And he is indeed whipping up his supporters. We've been talking all morning about how, at least for now, House Speaker McCarthy seems to be willing to do his bidding to try to investigate or cut funding to the Manhattan DA's office there, and sort of intimidating that process. We've had a number of Republicans rally to the former president's defense. Peter Baker. One notable absence is Governor DeSantis, who, at least at this point, hasn't said anything about this matter. And despite Trump's team's efforts to pressure him to do so, they, of course, are the two favorites at the moment for the 2024 GOP nomination. But as you see this, as we may be on the precipice of history here, it seems, give us your analysis as to how this maybe only increases, at least in the short term, Trump's grip on the Republican Party.
Yeah, obviously, look, you've seen what's happened in the last few days. He has pelted out one fundraising email after another off of this idea that he's about to be arrested. It's been a tool for him to galvanize his supporters, to raise money, to stoke grievance, anger, and energy among his supporters after a pretty moribund few months of his, his effort to get a second term. And I think that, for him at the moment, he does see it potentially as a political, boon, that he can use it to rally people to this idea that he's under persecution from the Democrats and that they should be upset about this. The question is whether that's really a winning strategy in the long run or not, right? Because this may not be the last indictment, even if there is one. It may just be the first of several. And you can sort of see a different scenario playing out. If you have 1, 2, 3 indictments, let's say, if they bring an indictment in Georgia, if they bring an indictment by the federal government in terms of January 6th or these classified documents, at what point do Trump voters get tired of it and say, look, is there somebody out there we could have who does the same things we like about Trump without so many court dates? And that's, I think, where Ron DeSantis is kind of trying to place himself.
Yeah, and Chris Matthews, Peter brings up a great point. I mean, here you have a party already trying to figure out whether they turn their back on a guy who loses elections all the time in Donald Trump, and moving to Ron DeSantis, who just completely dominated Florida politics in 2022 and over the past 4 years, or whether they can continue going back to a guy who may be indicted by the Manhattan DA. Certainly looks like he's going to be indicted in Georgia. Certainly looks like he's going to be indicted for obstruction in the documents case. May be indicted for January the 6th. That is a lot for a Republican Party to take on board when they're already expressing concerns. And it looks like a catch-22, at least for this week, where we have another incident that makes Donald Trump grow stronger, possibly, with a Republican base, but weaker in swing areas in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, the very areas that decide who the next president's going to be.
Right. Well, I agree with you on that. Those outsider votes, and they're literally outside the establishment, who are going to move against it in terms of the way these votes are, these legal cases are going. I got to tell you what I want. After all this is over, and all the fire and brimstone, I want to see the president indicted for January 6th. It's because the public saw it all. They saw the speech. They'll see it again. They saw the insurrection, which was an insurrection. They're going to see it all and understand why did this guy refuse to accept his defeat. He left office. He clearly lost the election. There's no doubt he left on January 20th. It was over. They know he lost. Everybody thinking about it knows he lost the election. And yet that he went out there and got those people incited, and he sat there for 2 hours watching that gory scene of our Capitol, the citadel of our democracy, being destroyed by those people. He sat through that. He did that. At least that is a case you don't have to take to a jury. The American people know what happened, and the jury will confirm that. And I really think that's a part of our history that needs to be dealt with. Pence, The vice president made it clear he needs to be held accountable for that, and I think that's the best possible end game of this series of events.
Chris Matthews, thank you very much, and Peter Baker, thank you as well. And